Hey guys, and welcome back. So today we are playing the Turtles Cowabunga collection, and I have had a few videos about this where I was not talking. I did not have the narration during it. It was just videos of it. I was still figuring out the sound. I was having issues with the sound at first, and I still had to set up my Twitch and all that stuff, so I wasn't able to do a lot of stuff before as I can now. But for the first thing, here's all the games. There is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which is the original that I believe was on arcades. So this is the first one. So this is basically almost the same as Turtles 2, the arcade game. So I'm gonna go the other way. So that's the Ninja Turtle game. You can see up there on the insert coins and stuff. So that's the arcade game, but it was called Ninja Turtles. There was no game before that on arcade. And then you have Radical Rescue, which is a Game Boy game. You have Back from the Sewers, which is also a Game Boy game. You have Follow the Foot Clan, also Game Boy. And then you have Tournament Fighters, which was on, I believe, Nintendo and N64. Sorry, Nintendo and Super Nintendo. I don't know why I said N64. So one thing, I will not be playing these ones because I am terrible. I have tried playing these, and every single tournament fight, because there's like 2 or 3 on this game, every single one of them, I get killed without even hitting the guy. So, like, all 3 times, like all 3 games. So then there's a Manhattan Project, which is Turtles 3. There is Turtles 2, the arcade game, which is technically the console version of the arcade game that I just mentioned before. And then you have your original Ninja Turtles for NES. This one was also on NES. And then this one I'm not sure if it was NES or Super NES. I don't know if it actually tells you anywhere. Oh yeah, the bottom. Okay, so that's NES. Where it says 2P on the bottom, there's the Nintendo controller next to it. So that one was NES. And then this one was NES, this one was NES, and then Tournament Fighters was Super Nintendo, and then this one, Hyperstone Heist, was Super Nintendo. Another Tournament Fighters, which was, I believe, Super Nintendo. I don't know, which one is that? That's a different controller, so I gotta see what that one is. Same with that one. So, am I missing something? Oh, you know what? That's Super Nintendo, isn't it? So these are Super Nintendo. This is arcade. Okay, yeah, because it has the insert coins. So Turtles in Time, this is the arcade one. And then you have the Ninja Turtles, which is also arcade, like I said. So that's Game Boy. Game Boy, you can see the Game Boy on the bottom. Nintendo. So that's the original Nintendo. That's the original Nintendo. I believe this is Sega. That looks like a Genesis controller to me. So maybe that's what that is. Genesis or Saturn. So what I'm going to do is actually... So those are the games. I'm going to actually go out of this. And you can go into... I believe that's the layer? Yeah. So there we go. Boxes and manuals. So here we go. Boxes. That's Nintendo. That's a Japanese version. They don't even say what they are either. Okay, so maybe I won't be able to tell. Because this doesn't say anything about what system it's for. Mega Drive? That's not a system, though. Because this one doesn't say NES anywhere on it. Yeah, nothing. So... Unless it's actually in the text that I can't see. It says official Nintendo. But I don't see where it says Nintendo in there. Like, I mean, NES. So, has a seal of quality. Okay, there. Nintendo Entertainment System. So... This one is in Japanese, so I have no idea. But maybe that's Mega Drive. So that's a different... There's Genesis. So yeah, I was right. It's Genesis. So Genesis should have been the same amount of bits as See, that's Return of the Shredder. Where was that one? Where was Return of the Shredder? I didn't see that in there. Interesting. Oh, this is all the games, because that's not on there either. Mutant Warriors. Tournament Fighters, this is Super Nintendo, I believe. Yeah, down the bottom. And then there's this one, which does not say. Turtles in Time, though, so I believe that was Super Nintendo also, but it doesn't say. It's in Japanese, so. And then there's the actual Super Nintendo Turtles in Time that we got in the US, so there's a lot of Japanese versions of stuff. There's Game Boy. Don't know which one that is. Another Game Boy one. So, yeah, so that was Genesis that we were looking at. They have comic books, they have ads, magazine advertisements. So they actually have like the original magazine advertisements. I actually remember this one. I don't remember that one either. I don't remember a lot of these. I just remember that one. I remember this one in a magazine. So, and catalogs on media kits. Oh, that's all. Okay. That's weird. So anyway, those are all the games, and then what we're gonna do is you can play online too. That's cool. I like the original Ninja Turtles, but I have never played. So there's also on PlayStation 3, I believe it is, there's a remaster of this, where it's Turtles in Time. I don't know which version it is though, because when I played or when I watched Turtles in Time on a YouTube video, it was longer than the remaster. The remaster doesn't have too many levels, and I don't know if this one has less levels than the arcade version or other way around. So I'm gonna go to I used to play with my brother, and we beat this one on Nintendo a long time ago. We beat it actually quite a bit. This one I've never beat, and this was also rated one of the hardest games on Nintendo back in the day. So, but this one was not bad. It was still pretty hard, but I've never beat it by myself, but me and my brother both had beat it together a bunch of times, actually, probably about 30 times. So, but other than that, I've never played. I never had a Super Nintendo, so I never played the Turtles in Time, or I never had the Manhattan Project either, the third one, which I said is Nintendo, but I never played that one. We used to rent. We were pretty poor growing up, so we used to rent games. We had this one that we actually bought, but this one we rented. Or no, this one we bought too. Sorry, my bad. I think we rented it first, then we bought it. But we only had about 10 games for the Nintendo for quite a while. I still have my Nintendo, and I still have about 10 or 15 games. They're different. We've traded with friends and stuff before, and you know, they moved and took our game, and we just got left with theirs. So stuff like that. But yeah, so those are all the games on there. Graphics are not any better from what I've recognized, so they looked at the Nintendo version basically. The only thing that you can do is, I will start this, you can go in and do the screen size and make it different. So you can do wide, original, or full. So wide stretches it though. So you have your original, and then you have, I guess that makes it top to bottom. See, there's a border around the top and the bottom, so that would make it so it's the top and bottom have no bars. That's probably the best way to play, because otherwise it's going to get stretched out. Yeah, see, it's all weird. So, we'll try it. Let's see what happens. Yeah, see, it looks all weird. So let me go back to full. There we go. So this is really weird, I gotta say. When I first played this game back in like 1990, around there, I was playing this on a 12-inch TV, like literally a 12-inch, like like tube TV, and I am playing this now on a 65-inch smart TV, and also 4K, which the TV will upconvert stuff that goes into it. So basically everything is 4K. So it's kind of cool in a way to play this with a little bit of a graphics update. I mean, it's kind of a graphics update. It's not like, you know, way better, but it is better than it used to be. We always used to try to jump up here and beat him. You can't do anything, but we always used to try to beat him to the door. So, and then this one. So this is the cool thing about these. A little trick if you have not played these, you can go into these levels and you can just get the pizza, and then go back out, and then go back in, and the pizza's there again. So anywhere that you find pizza, always put your turtles back to full health. And I also try to use Raphael. Raphael and Michelangelo are pretty much worthless in this game, honestly, because look how small his... Like that's all he has. And then Leo, you get this whole big sword. And then Donatello, you have his bow, which it's not as nice as the sword. The sword blocks more, because it goes top to bottom. So you can hit a lot more stuff, but Don's is the strongest weapon. So his will do damage, like more damage to people. Doesn't really say that, but his does more damage. Everybody else has the same amount of damage except for Don. His is like, you know, maybe like 25% more maybe. But there's nowhere that says that. It's just, you notice it when you're playing it. So I try to save him for last, because he's the one that you need. You need Leo and you need Don more than the other two. So that's how I normally play, is I play with Raphael, or I can try to, you know, so that was only 2 hits with Donatello. So next time I get one of those things, I'll show you. And this guy, 2, 3, 4, took 5 hits. And with Donatello, I think it would have taken like 3. So here we go. Perfect. Oh, he's not even that. 1, 2, 3. See, he took 3 and Donatello took 2. And then the other thing is, that's cool, is once you get down below like a half, I want to say like half of your health, your weapons get stronger. So Donatello actually takes out a lot of people with 1 hit when he has low health. So it's kind of cool how they did that. Have this house. So it's a really cool game. So I'll show you like this one here. I'm gonna hit him once. Oh. See, that was 1 hit right there, and he didn't die. But with Donatello, 1 hit. 1 hit. So his weapons are definitely stronger. Two hits. 1, 2. There's going to be 1 guy right here. So I'm going to go with Leo. Or I'm going to go with Raph. I'll show you how many hits it takes. 1, 2. Oh, he fell down. But either way, 2 hits, he still didn't die. So that goes to show. So then this one, this is easy. Rocksteady is super easy. All you got to do is go up here and hang out a little bit. Oop. Not that far. And you have to wait for him to jump. I just missed. Just gotta time it. So you get no damage at all. And you're done. So he's actually easier than Bebop was. So. But yeah, I used to play this all the time when I was younger. It's a little bit harder on the Xbox controller, actually. But, I mean, it's not hard, it's just a little harder, because the Nintendo controller For one, I've noticed the Xbox is not pressure sensitive on the buttons, and the Nintendo wasn't either, but actually PlayStation kind of is. But with the Nintendo, I don't know, just the way you held the controller made it easier. It wasn't as hard for some reason. It's a lot easier to hold on to. Even though they've come a long way with okay, come on. 1, 2. Okay, that took 2. Oh. And there's a pizza over here anyway. Oh, nope, I'm wrong. Okay, 2 hits. 2.5 because he had Leo. And Leo already has damage, so I go with him. 30 damage. Okay, so there's half a slice up there. I can't jump up there. So let's see, he needs it the most. So there we go. So go with Raph. And then there's also a simple, a quick way to go down ladders. It doesn't work going up. If you go down the center, I missed the center, but if you go down the center of the ladder, you can't go left or right. Oh, I just got hit. So you can't go left or right to get off. Okay, that guy needs. Okay, I'm gonna kill him. Let's get up there. Hang on. Okay, die already. So if you go down the center of the ladder, you can't move left or right. But if you go to the side, I mean, I'm over there enough. But if you go to the side, you can drop down by hitting right, and then he'll just drop. So that makes it a little bit easier. So it's like right now I'm in the center, I can't go left or right. I'm hitting left and right, and that's all he's doing. So that's how you get down pretty quick. Just do that. So, and those guys follow or try to go to where you were last. Same thing. You just go over there and then move. Ooh, I hate it when it switches. It switches a lot. It goes back and forth from the Mouser bad guys to the whatever the other. It's like if you're not smooth with your like playing the level, they'll do that. But see how that was only 2 hits now, so my health is now down below half, so now my hits are stronger. So 2 hits right there. And I hurt myself in that one. And he misses a lot of that stuff too. And there's that. See, he can't even get the Mouser guys. Yeah, see, it's just their weapons on this are terrible. So now it's switched over to these guys again. So now Raph. Come on, really? There we go. So him, you gotta go far enough away, and he shoots those at you. So, let's see here. See, now so those guys again. Okay, so this one here, you gotta make this jump like perfect, and I missed. If you don't get the jump right, you gotta do it all over again. Oh shoot! Missed that one. Okay. Okay. Oh! Having some trouble. Having a lot of trouble. Man. Michelangelo got taken from like full to half. Go up. Should be another one, I think. No, maybe not. Okay, so it has to be like a perfect jump. There we go. So then there's that. And then we're gonna do the swimming level, and then let's see. So this one you have to defuse the bombs. Let me make sure. Okay, so I'm gonna use him first because you do get hit. Like I'm pretty sure everybody gets hit in this level. So I can't remember how many bombs there are. I think there's 8. And oh, there's one hit. You have to like really be careful where you're going, which I was not being careful. So I'm gonna go up. You have to watch out for that. So those things beneath me, like those pull you down. One up here. And the timer does stop while you're defusing the bomb, so that's not bad. Go back down. There's two things right here that go, and then they also start to pull you. So like right there when I was popping up, like right now I'm not hitting right, it's just pulling me because of those things right there. So there's some of them that do that. I have to drop down because there's a wheel right here. And then you have to avoid that. There's one over here to the left. Oop. I just hit that on the way down. Okay, one more hit and I can switch. Actually, I'm gonna switch first, because this one pulls you in too. And go. Oops, yeah, I just got hit going that. So on the way out, you try to get in between, because it's pulling you in. So there you go, see? You have to do that, like, perfect. Because it's pulling you to the right for some reason, so you have to be pretty good at the swimming. Nope, I got hit twice, 3 times. There. So 58 seconds. Doesn't sound like a lot, but I believe there's only 2 left. I could be wrong, there might be 3. They don't give you a whole lot of time for this. They really don't. And they also don't tell you how many you have done, which is the other bad part. So that would be nice if they did that. I mean, this is an old game, so they're not going to redo it, but it would have been nice. Okay, so there's 3 left, so now there's 2. Nice thing about this is you can go down. I only got 29 seconds left though, so it's enough. We have enough. Oh, that's perfect. So this one is easier if you go over here and land, and then just go straight across. But pretty much, I'm pretty sure I've never beat this level without it doing that beep 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 thing to warn you about the 25 seconds. So, but yeah, there you go. So there's the dam level. So now, good job, everybody's done. Time to go home. And if you ever saw the first movie, the old first movie, not the Michael Bay ones from the 2010s, talking about 1989, or sorry, 1990, that's what these ones are based off of, so, of course, because this one was made in 1990, but if you haven't seen those movies, like if you're a younger kid and you don't know about the older movies, they were done by Jim Henson, who is the guy that does the Muppets and Sesame Street, or sorry, did the Muppets and Sesame Street. He did the Ninja Turtles also. They are actually his. They call it Jim Henson's. It's like a group or something like that he was in, that he created, and it's all like his stuff. Kind of like how Adam Sandler has Happy Madison Productions. Jim Henson had his own stuff. So Muppets was one, Sesame Street was another one, and he did the animatronics for Ninja Turtle costumes. So, anyway, one cool thing, I actually was on eBay one time, about 15 years ago, maybe even a little bit longer than that, and so Donatello, the purple one, when I was on eBay, I actually saw the animatronic costume where it had the moving face and everything, for Donatello on sale on eBay. Like, it was for sale on eBay, and it was selling for, I think it was $1.5 million. It was either 1.5 or like 8 million. I can't remember which one, because there was something else that I found also that was one or the other. I believe it was 8 million. I think the 1.5 was something else. So it was so cool coming across that on eBay and actually having it was certified. It was a certified prop, which was certified to be used in the first Ninja Turtle movie. So that was pretty cool to see. That was actually somebody was selling it. So, but if you have not seen the movies, I suggest you watch them. There's 3 of them. One was made in 1990, the other one was made in 91, 91, and then Turtles 3 was made in 93. And then you have the Michael Bay ones in the 2015 or whatever it is. And but the old ones, they're not as, there's no CGI in them or anything like that, but they're really good movies to watch. So the first one is more adult oriented. It's still, I believe, rated PG, but it was a lot more adult oriented. And then 2 and 3 were more aimed at kids, like a lot more aimed at kids. And I still think they were PG, but they were just aimed like 90% more at kids instead of adults. Whereas the first one was aimed at adults because the actual comic book of the Ninja Turtles were adult comic books. Like, they were dark and gory and graphic. So that's I think where they were going with the movie. And then once they realized that a lot of it was kids, they were doing the cartoon and stuff already, and then they just figured, well, we'll just do stuff for the kids. So but yeah, check those out. You can probably find them in the trilogy. You can find them anywhere, really. I mean, on like Vudu, and if you have a Fire Stick, just search for it. You can find them. You might have to pay for them, but they're worth it. So, if you have any questions, comments, leave them down below. And if you find me on YouTube, it's Lowest Must Die Games. And I'd appreciate it if you leave a like and subscribe. And also, I have like over 100 videos on my channel, and I'm trying to upload every day. So, thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.